Welcome everybody, and this is my comprehensive review of the Tacx Neo, which I will be Everesting with this Saturday starting at 5:30 AM on the 9th of May, so check it out. The whole event will be live streamed, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. We'll have some sports doctors, some of the best coaches in the world, and the Cycling South Africa president on there, and some great athletes, so really looking forward to that. Anyway, let's jump on to this review of the Tacx Neo, which has saved me during quarantine. It's been 51 days of quarantine now, so it's been really tough, and I'm really fortunate that I have had a good indoor smart trainer that has been helping me with my, well, kind of demanding training program. Okay, so the main thing that people tend to forget about the new indoor smart trainers is that they are quite heavy. But what I like about this one is, as you can see, it's folded in. So actually it's very easy to store away in my apartment, put it in a corner somewhere, and it's out of your way. Another thing to take into consideration is that when you fold it up, it's actually pretty easy. I'll show you. And so that's pretty straightforward. When you buy this unit, obviously it will not come with a cassette, so whatever cassette you use, you will need to buy that separately. Seeing as most bikes nowadays are disc brake bikes, you'll have to find a certain type of adapter. They are pretty easy to find, around about 50 euros here in Europe, and you just put on that adapter. As you can see, this fits really well with my disc brake bike. Okay, so Tacx claims that the power reading is accurate to within 1%, and I can agree with that. It reads up to 1 watt, exactly the same as the power meter on my road bike. I'm pretty sure it's not overreading, and what I really like about it is the sensitivity that it has. So when I'm doing a really big sprint, the moment I start pedaling, the watts drop immediately, so there's absolutely no lag. The real fuel is pretty great, so whenever you're on in Zwift and you're going over a bridge or cobbles, you will feel the vibration. However, you have to keep on pedaling because you won't feel it when freewheeling, but you will feel the vibrations, which is pretty damn cool. Okay, so on the Tacx Neo you can produce, if you are that strong, around 2200 watts at 40 kilometers per hour. If you are able to do that, please give me a call and tell me how you did it, because I'll be really amazed. Another great thing about this is you can use it without a power source and it will still work just fine. The only thing that won't work is when you probably on Zwift, the freewheeling effect won't work. And for the people out there whose partner is not too fond of a lot of noise or cycling in particular, the Tacx Neo is extremely quiet, so you won't be making your other half that angry, I presume. Okay, so obviously you know by now that it has N+ Bluetooth and it has the FEC function. So if you're not familiar with what that is you can preload a workout on your unit and you can control the trainer through that. So that's pretty cool. One thing I can vouch for is the ease of connectivity. So the N+ Bluetooth really connects quite easy with my computer, and if that doesn't work, or sometimes I have connection problems on my Asus, I am running Windows, I sometimes just connect through the Zwift Companion app on my phone and it picks up well on the computer, if you don't know by now, and you can connect that way, worst case scenario. Another thing which I love about training, and for those that don't know how this works, is the erg mode. The erg mode you can activate on different apps, but on Zwift as well, after you have imported your training from Training Peaks, or if you have created your own training on Zwift and you activate erg mode. So what erg mode does is that if I have to do an interval for half an hour at 300 watts, okay, so I'm pedaling on a 1% gradient, I'm on the road, but obviously this has a real feel, so whenever I'm going up or down, I have to shift gears, obviously. So if I'm on a flat road and I'm riding 300 watts at a cadence of 80, it will just keep 300 watts there regardless if the road is going up or down. When I want to ride a higher cadence of, let's say, about 100, and I'm still on the same gradient, obviously my power will go up because I'm pedaling fast and I'm on the same gradient. So what will erg mode do? Erg mode will allow me to lift my cadence, but then it will lessen the resistance on the trainer, which doesn't make me push more than 300 watts even though I'm pedaling at a higher cadence. So that's basically how the erg mode works. Please remember that the free hub on this unit is Shimano and SRAM compatible, so if you're having Compact Nolo, you probably have to buy a different hub for that. It also comes with the front wheel stand to lift your front wheel. Obviously you're going to be really locked down, so it also comes out with that. If you're one of the indoor people that are really serious about indoor training, it does allow for a little bit of flex on your bike, so no need for a balance board or anything that you need to put underneath the trainer. It does allow for a little bit of flex in the bike through the axle. And lastly, before I forget, what I really love about this is that it can go up to a maximum gradient of about 25%. Not that Zwift have any of these gradients yet, I guess, or I haven't found it on any of the routes. Plus another bonus, and this is really if you're entering your Zwift races last minute or whatever, it has automatic calibration, so no need to continuously calibrate this. It does come with a utility app, and the utility app has two settings which is extremely interesting, I find. It's got an isotonic and isokinetic mode which you can go play around with and read up all about that. But basically, you know, when you're pedaling, you kind of have a dead spot in your pedal stroke. So it will put more resistance in that section where you do have a dead spot. So it's going to be pretty weird pedaling, but you can improve your pedal stroke that way. So you can definitely check that out on the Tacx utility app as well. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed this quick comprehensive review, and yeah, we'll be smashing it on this unit, trying to climb 10,000 meters. Another thing, obviously I need to mention some cons, and there's only two. So first of all, when you start sprinting and you're going really hard, let's say a 1 minute sprint after a 1 hour race, you might start smelling a little bit of plastic, or you can smell it overheating a little bit. Well, I've had it for 2 years and it's never ever had a problem, so yeah, no problem with that, and I've been doing a lot of indoors. And lastly, it has no legs, so if you're on an uneven terrain, you won't be able to adjust the trainer's angle to that, but most of us are always in our garages or home, so it's not really ever going to be a problem. That's all. Thank you, and be safe out there. Enjoy your indoor riding. Enjoy Zwift, and remember that 2 hours on the indoor is much more. It's much better quality training than cycling 2 hours through town where you're freewheeling and coasting most of the time. And that's how I'm able to utilize my time and get the best out of the minimum amount of time available in the day.